But yeah, no, I'm down to get this set in stone so you could have your 4 officially on the books.
We love the sound of it. Love the sound of
Sounds
it.
good.
The only thing that is needed for a bad cop to exist is for good cops to do nothing. Welcome to Beef Stew, Lucid City's #1 late night talk show / tea spilling session. I'm your host here, Pastor Sweet Tea Skinner. You know it, you love it. We've got a few great guests with us here tonight. Gentlemen, why don't you introduce yourselves?
My name is Chad Kensington. I'm the former assistant sheriff for the Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
My name is Gribby Don. I work with Weasel News.
Absolutely. You love to hear it. So basically what we do here at Beef Stew is we let the people of Lucid do the most important thing they can do. Let out their grievances in a productive, calm, enlightening manner. Tonight, I think Chad's got a few things to tell us, which will open everyone's eyes here in the city to what's really going on. Chad, would you like to take it away?
Start at the beginning.
All right, let's start here. I started for PD, let's say, about 3 years ago. And honestly, through my time in PD, I've met many people, many great people, some not so great. And honestly, the PD, all in all, is mostly, for the most part, a good thing. So I want to put all that out there first, okay? Especially the Blaine County Sheriff's Department, okay? Those are my people there. But, unfortunately, there have been some things recently that I just could not understand, I could not get on board with. And they honestly have to do with Weasel News, which are owned by the pastor here.
You hate to hear it.
Okay,
I agree.
so to, give more details here. From my understanding, Weasel News was working on deals to print documents with businesses around the city. Is this correct, Pastor?
Absolutely. We try to reach out to all businesses. We'd like to have a great, growing, open, honest relationship with everyone in the city, including all the businesses. I believe every business we've reached out to, we've had a calm, productive talk. A few businesses have reached out to us and asked us if we want this particular deal. And so I think as far as businesses go, we have a cohesive relationship with most of them. Absolutely.
Okay, that's great to hear. Well, you see, when I was still in the police department, I will not be giving any names because that would just be in bad taste in my part, I feel like. But there was a discussion that ended up coming about in which PD had made a deal with Luchetti's that they were going to print them documents, basically undercutting any chance you guys had of making a deal with them. Because, I can't release all the full details of this deal, but let's just say that there is no chance Weasel News could have made this same deal and made any money.
Well, that doesn't seem fair at all.
That's what I thought too, and the reasoning behind it didn't make much sense to me either. It was someone from PD had talked to, apparently, I'll say this, for whoever worked at Luchetti's, whoever got this deal done, you are a mastermind. You're a great talker, I guess. Because from what this PD member said, the member of Luchetti's claimed that you guys were strong-arming them, you would not work with them, and basically you wouldn't give them documents unless they agreed to a deal that you made. Which, from my understanding, is not the case. What can you comment on that, Pastor?
Well, I've got a few comments on that. I believe it's well documented that we walked in with Luchetti's, sat down at the back of their restaurant, waited on the person handling the deal there. I can't remember the name of them, and we'll leave that out even if I did. And when they approached us about a deal, they kind of knew the deal that we wanted and brought the deal up to us and asked if that's the deal we were looking for. So I'm not 100% sure if that's us strong arming them or them bringing a deal to us in bad faith, maybe. I'm not really sure what happened, what the breakdown there was, but I know for a fact that no strong arming happened from Weasel News' side. In fact, when she mentioned the deal, our eyes lit up. We thought, well, this lady gets us. She understands us. She really knows what we want in a deal. And we were very, very happy with it, especially since she brought it to us, not us bringing it to them, and zero strong arming happened.
And it sounds like, honestly, hardly any negotiating happened as well. Can you agree with that?
Absolutely. Yeah, none needed to happen. She knew exactly what we wanted. She offered it to us, and we said, absolutely, that sounds beautiful. Just let us know where to sign.
Okay, well, apparently after this point, someone from Luchetti's got a hold of a PD member stating what I've already told you. And the thing that honestly rubbed me even more of a wrong way was that no member of PD reached out to you guys, to my understanding. No one tried to, understand the whole story. They took one person's words and took them as gospel, and then they just made a deal outright without any discussions, without anything. It just happened overnight.
Was this over the 4-for-4 deal that we did with them?
I believe that has to be the one they are saying that we strong arm. Gribby, you were there, I believe. How did that meeting go? If you want to give
I was there. I believe I did the math of the old deal that they had with Weasel News, and seemed like they had been strong arming Weasel News because it didn't make sense. The math didn't make sense. And really all we wanted was the 4-for-4 deal just every once in a while. We don't even come in there every day. And we even said we wouldn't abuse it. And as far as I know, it was just like, all we want is we want it for the meme of it. It's not even that big of a deal.
Right.
I can't believe they went behind our backs over something as small as that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is very, very backhanded, I believe. A little bit shady, if I do say so myself. But the thing I'm hurt most by is that PD would do this and not even, consult us about it. Is that kind of how y'all do investigations? I know you're not part of them anymore, but is that the way y'all were trained to do investigations? I know we worked in PD and we never heard anything about just getting one side of the story and then making decisions based off one side and never even reaching out or having the nerve to come talk to the other side.
That sounds like my experience with the police department at 366 whenever we had our communal weed farm there. No questions asked. They just came and started pulling it up. We had documentation and everything. No search warrant, no anything.
That just seems wrong.
Yeah, well, I can't really comment on that because I don't know a whole bunch about that situation. But as far as the Luchetti's deal, I can comment on. And yeah, I did not. That's what rubbed me wrong the most, was that no discussion was had with you guys. No debate, no hey, can you guys try to make a better deal for them? No, nothing. Just, hey, we made a deal and this is it. And honestly, the deal on what PD is getting out of the deal, in my opinion, is I don't understand. Basically, they are getting a PD bundle, which most businesses already have in the city. So
now I'm glad you mentioned that. Now, does the PD make a habit of let's say, if I wanted a large repair kit and I owned a garage, would I have to worry about PD starting to make large repair kits for insanely cheap prices?
You shouldn't have to, no.
Now, I don't know if that's something that commonly happens or if it's really targeted towards us.
To my knowledge, this kind of thing has not happened before. I'm not going to say PD has never printed documents because we have, or they have. I'm not a part anymore. But not at this extent, not in the middle of a negotiation, not just the way this happened.
Gotcha, yeah. And I understand, PD's got to make their own documents and do what they want to do. It just seems weird that they would go. It seems odd to me that this agency that's, funded by the people here is going into business with a private business in general. That seems a little weird to me.
You know what? I'm not that big on street terminology, but I think this is called working with the feds, something like that.
Seems like it is, for sure.
Yes, could be seen like that. I could see.
It seems like real DS activity for me. I don't want to say, what it's. Well, actually, I will say it. Dick sucking activity to me. That's what it seems like. real DS activity. I try not to cuss. I am a pastor, but stuff like
Pastor.
this really makes me mad.
I could understand why it does. Like I said, I didn't agree with it when I seen it. I was only a part of PD for probably 2 or 3 days after this happened. I'm not going to say that that had anything to do with me leaving PD, but like I said, it did rub me the wrong way. And honestly, one of my regrets is not stepping up and saying something at the time that I did not agree with it.
Absolutely. And that reminds me of a quote I heard one time. It's always set heavy with my heart because I believe it's so true. The only thing that is needed for a bad cop to exist is for good cops to do nothing.
Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself. And I'm not going to call people out either because I can understand. Like, sometimes in PD, going against the grain can be very bad for you, you know? So a lot of people will not try to do that for their own benefit. But, you know, there's some times where you have to stand up for what's right.
Absolutely. If PD can't be held to a standard a little bit above what an average citizen would be held to, what's the point of it? How are they in control of the law if they are lawless?
Nah, they wouldn't be at that point. I will say this. I encourage somebody, if anybody from PD, any of the higher ups, any high command members, any command members, any commissioners, if they see this, I would encourage them to please come down to Louisa News, talk to the pastor, talk to Beams, see if we can get this figured out.
Absolutely. We'd be more than happy to talk to anyone from PD at any time. We love talking to PD. We used to be part of PD, and we were let go. We understand, you know, but we have no hard feelings against anyone at PD whatsoever. We don't want it to come across as that. Our job is to cover the news, cover corruption. It feels like there might be a little bit of corruption going on here. And so we're just trying to do our jobs here in the city.
I'm not sure corruption would be the correct word, but I understand.
Well, yeah, maybe not corruption, but you know what I'm getting at here. A little bit of
this just seems like this
assholery.
Seems, honestly, from an outside perspective, this would look like kind of an attack on Weasel from PD, which wouldn't make any sense.
Targeting.
Exactly.
Targeted attack, it feels like.
Because especially the fact that, like I said, no discussion was had. They didn't come ask you guys about it. They just took it as gospel and struck up a deal.
Absolutely. I wonder if they do that for everybody, though. It may be something they do for everybody. Like, maybe I have a grievance with how much Luchetti's is charging for a pie, you know?
Yeah.
You think they could start giving me some pies or something?
If we went down that road, they might as well just start selling Glocks for $1,000 and shut down all the gun stores too, because at this point, PD, if they wanted, they could shut down every business in the city. They don't need the money. The money doesn't mean anything to them.
Well, this is very disturbing, and I really appreciate you having the courage to come forward with this information. It means a lot to us.
It felt like the right thing to do.
If we don't shine a light in the dark places of the city, who will, you know?
Exactly. And like I said, I encourage anyone from PD, even if it's not a command member, if you want to come down and just talk, see if we can get this figured out a different way. See if you can help them, the pastor, Weasel News, understand why this happened how it did. Because honestly, I don't understand.
I think we'd love a little bit of understanding. And if you guys wanted to come on and have, you know, your own episode of Beef Stew, we'd be more than willing to do that.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea. Hopefully, you know, we can get something like that done.
I think that'd be a beautiful resolution. Absolutely.
That's what I think too.
Well, Chad, do you have anything else you'd like to add to this episode?
I don't think so. Like I said before, this is not an attack on all police officers. I do not believe all police officers are bad. In fact, I do want to shout out one police officer that I think is really good that I've met after I resigned from the force. Her name is Samantha Lawless, I believe. And the times I've came back to BD and tried to talk to people, being a former assistant sheriff, somehow I still get ignored by quite a few people. But she has stopped every time, not even knowing who I was, to talk to me. We need more police officers like her in the city.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You love to hear it. I think it goes a long way when officers are willing to talk to someone, you know? Makes them feel more human, makes them feel connected to the community.
Exactly. And someone will feel good when you give them the time of day.
Absolutely. Just make them feel human. I think that's all anybody could ask for, really.
I agree.
Absolutely. Well, this has been the very first episode of Beef Stew. We would love to thank Gribby. We would love to thank Chad. This has been Pastor Sweet Tea in front of the camera, Beans behind it. For Weasel News, your most trusted, unbiased name in news.
You guys in the past with the previous owners and taxi. So what we have and what we do is we get documents. We get employee benefits cards printed for our staff and our managers, and then they use those employee cards to go get discounted repairs at Lucid Motors, get discounts at White Widow, so on and so forth. So every week we get an order of employee benefits cards. Typically, right now because of the new staff changes, I would say we would need 20 employee and 10 manager benefits cards printed every week. So previously with Weasel News, the previous owner, we had a deal where it worked out. Let me read it off.
Yeah.
Stop me at any point if you have any questions. So previously, you guys, the previous owners would be able to order when needed through emails, 25 pepperoni pizzas, 25 cannolis, 25 drinks for $14,000 at a discounted rate anytime you guys needed food for your staff. And then in return, Luchetti's management could get 25% off a document order for our staff. And then we would just request that through either our channel or we had a partnership channel in their emails. Just kind of hoping to maybe do something similar, or maybe see if there's something different you guys would like to maybe discuss and find a way to something like that.
Absolutely. I certainly think that, we can reach it. The number one thing we'd like to discuss, and this is more of me and the Bishop and Gribby right here. This is Gribby to my right, Bishop to my left. We've had a standing deal here that works sometimes, doesn't work other times. And we've had this going on for the longest amount of time here. But we'd love to finally get it solidified in stone, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Just a 4 or 400 or whatever.
You know exactly where we're going with this.
I remember you guys. I remember the PD situation. I was one of the ones that denied that.
Yeah, we may
that
not
was
talk to you about
something.
it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, it's worked for a good while now.
Yeah, it works most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, a very specific person seems to come out of nowhere, almost like she's got a tracking device on our car and knows exactly when we're getting here and comes rushing through the door before we even get it out of our mouth saying we're scammers. We'd love for that to stop, because we are the news here. We don't need a bunch of people screaming that we're scammers.
I haven't seen you guys in a minute, so I don't know if that's referring to me, but I did it that one.
It is not you. It is not you.
No,
We're referring to. I don't believe.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, like at this point, really, it's going to come down to we can definitely make something happen along the lines of what you guys are looking for. If you're looking for that for all of your staff, and then a trade would just be us getting a discount on the document order. So yeah, what's your idea? What do you got?
I have a quick question. What's the value of the 25, 25, 25? We're paying $14K, but what's the value of that you would charge a normal person?
Yeah, let me get it. So like it's weird because there's a la carte and then there's family meal like bundle prices.
Yeah, let's pretend like it's 5 family meals. That would be the same equivalent, right?
Yes.
yeah, isn't that only like 1K off? Or am I doing the math wrong?
Yeah. So the things were different when Weasel News, like when that was set up, it was different. I tried to change it, but they nixed that. They stopped communicating with me and trying to coordinate a new deal. So that's why it landed there, right? So it had not been updated until they just left. So that's where that.
So
that
if that's 5 family meals, that would typically be 15,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we gave you 30 documents, normally we do anything over 30 documents is 3,500. If we were to give you an additional 25% off, that would be a $26,000 discount. And meanwhile, we're getting a $1,000 discount. So we definitely have to rework that.
No, that's what I was trying to do with them as well. And then, absolutely, I'm down to communicate a new deal. Sure. So let's see. What amount of food would you say would be beneficial to your staff so that we can kind of start there and figure out what price point we're looking at so I can adjust.
Just like a family meal. Like if we get a good healthy discount on a family meal.
What about a 4 for 4 once a day?
4 for 4 once a tsunami, yeah.
It's and to be honest, the pastor and the bishop aren't even in the city that often.
Yeah,
No.
fair enough.
What
What's
hurts
the
the
4
most?
for 4? Can you explain it to me one more time real quick?
Oh, I'd
Absolutely. The bishop, you want to tell them about
I'd
it?
Oh,
absolutely
they'd love to.
I'd be glad
Absolutely.
to.
Been waiting for this, actually.
The 4 for 4 that consists of 4 of those sweet sausage pies and 4 of those tasty mug beverages, all for 4 crisp $100 bills. And that doesn't have to go to all staff. I mean, if we want to work something out like that, we can. But what we're here to do is to make sure that this gets solidified for the pastor and I.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's a
been
long
too
time
long.
coming.
It was solidified, and then we've been called names, and we've boycotted this place several times because of it. So,
You know, a lot of defamations happen, but we won't get into all that because we're starting fresh, clean slate here.
yep, here we are.
Absolutely. I'm 100% on board with that. Okay, so our sausage pizzas typically run 600 per. We could either do that or base it off of, let's see, our Tommy's Delight is 2,000. The Tommy's Delight is 2,000 for 3 sausage, 12 cannolis, and 6 drinks. Sounds like you don't really want the cannolis, correct? You just want the pizzas and drinks.
Yeah, the
yeah.
pies and the drinks.
Yeah, if we could just trade those cannolis for 1 drink on that sounds pretty good there.
I mean, to be honest with you, like we'll trade cannolis for the drinks in 1-to-1. Like that doesn't bother us. It's actually almost easier for us to make drinks than cannolis to be brought to you.
Oh, nice. Those are fancy drinks. That's awesome. You guys are
They
efficient.
are. Yes. So let's see. I think so. How many pizzas would you say you would need? Or you guys are just looking to do like you guys get the food for $400 for 4 sausage, 4 drinks at least, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing we personally want. Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably all I would come in here for too. I'm probably in city more than they are.
Right.
The other employees, as I'm probably here the most, and
Okay.
I'm not going to take advantage of it if that's what you're worried about.
And
Yeah,
if
if
anyone
anybody-
ever does take advantage of it, you please
Nobody
let us
ever
know.
has.
We
We'll
really
stop
just
that.
we really just love the whole 4 for 4 deal, and regardless of what the discount was before, the 25,000 versus the 1,000. I think just having the 4 for 4 and it being our thing and our thing with you, I think that might be enough.
Okay.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, so-
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's see. So if I do a la carte, I'm just going to look into a la carte pricing is what I'm going to base it off of because I don't have a meal that has 4 sausage pizzas, 4 drinks, right? So I have to kind of do the a la carte. Which actually kind of works out because 4 sausage pizzas at 2,400. Typically the Tommy's Delight would be 2,000 and you get 3 pizzas, right? And then let's see, drinks are 100 each typically, so 2,800 for that meal with like before a discount, right? So that would be 2,400 off of that. If you guys we did the 4 for 4, okay? Which I'm on board. I can make that work. Just need to figure out what kind of discount you guys are wanting to offer us. The document.
Well, I'd say let's say we get it 10 times a week.
Mhm.
And so we're offering you basically $26,000 off of your document order. And so if we got it 10 times, that'd be $24,000. That'd be pretty close. We think we'd be all right with that.
And we're not going to get it 10 times.
We're
We're
certainly
not-
not getting it
Okay.
10 times.
We're not
We're
gonna
not even
do
that.
close to that, actually.
What
No.
would be my final weekly price for the documents? It would be, you said, $26,000 off the total with the $3,500 price point. So 3,500 times 30 documents, right?
So, yeah, what was the math on that there? Hang on.
It would be 78,750 after the discount.
Trying
Sorry,
to
I'm in here 2 seconds. I'm so sorry.
What do you think?
So we got 30 times 3,500, and then times 0.75. 78,750.
Okay. Let's see. The other thing we were trying to do with let me look back at something.
Okay. In a meeting,
Sorry,
let me
guys,
tell you
give me
about.
2 seconds. Trying to remember where, like, so the owner, Grapes, he had an idea that I originally started talking to them about like just a straight up trade. I'm trying to figure out if that would work for you guys. And basically it would just be like, you guys could come in and ask for your 4 for 4, not pay anything, honestly. Like, just say, hey, I want the 4 for 4, or call it that, and then you guys get those meals when needed, and then we would just get a trade of documents. But that value of it would also need to match as well.
I don't think we're going to be using it that often.
Yeah,
to make
that's
that
what I
make
was just
sense.
thinking too. Okay. All right. Let's see.
I think the most we've ever done this like has been like twice a week.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
excessive.
I see what you're saying. All right, so you want to do the 4 for 400, and then we would get the documents for 70. You said 78,750. Would you guys want to just make it round even number to go 75K, and then I could talk to my executives about doing the 4 for 4, $400 for the deal? Does that sound like something that would be fair to
Sure.
you guys, or
Yeah, I'm
is that
down.
not?
Yeah,
Yeah, that works.
Yep.
that sounds good.
Just round even numbers, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I can
No,
throw it to
something
them,
easy,
see if
yep.
they like it.
Something easy
Yep.
to remember.
Yeah, exactly. Just like come in and say, hey, I need my 30 documents, 75,000, and need something
Absolutely.
like that, right? Okay. Who should I email directly? You want me to reach out to one of you specifically, or
Well, you can.
I
email the
I
pastor
just
in
need to
there.
confirm it with.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Email
Just
the
need to confirm
pastor.
it with my executive team, because I'm not an executive here yet. I'm just senior manager. I just run the program, but I have to get approval before I can say this is set in stone.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. If you just
But-
want to email the pastor, that's perfect.
Okay, so 4 for 4, so 4 sausage, 4 drinks. And I can put a note in that too. I can put like an asterisk, like if they want a couple extra drinks, they can get a couple extra drinks. Like it's not a big deal if you guys end up needing some extra drinks, right? So,
That's perfect. Yeah.
especially if you guys are willing to bring it down a few thousand, towards the deal. But yeah, let me run it by them. I'll email the pastor once I get a final word, and then we can get some email coordination going with channels and some web. I put webhooks in our channels for you guys, so that you guys kind of know who's the boss, who's going to be taking care of you, because we have business partnership liaisons from our management team who will take care of you as needed, because I can't handle 10 business partnerships at all times, regularly. I do my best, but I need some help. So,
Understandable.
Makes sense. Yep.
I just keep everything. Basically, I'm just the one that kind of keeps everything organized and make sure that everybody is staying on top of communicating with you guys as my partners. But yeah, if you guys are cool with that, I like the 75K for the 4 for 4, and that would be just weekly for us, and then you guys as needed for you.
I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yep,
And then how many
absolutely.
staff do you guys have, just so I can get a general idea of what to expect, really? Like,
I think at most we may have some things coming up soon. We may have to hire some people, but I can't imagine us getting over 10 ever.
I'll be
Okay.
honest with you. Like when I'm hungry, I have the 366 gas station. I'll run in there and get donuts and coffee. So if I come in, it'll probably just when I'm with these guys and do the 4 for 4. We don't. I really
We
don't
just
think
love
it'll
the
be-
like if you,
process.
you can
It's,
even, like,
yeah, it's just
I
the
want you guys to
process.
feel free to use it, right? And of course, if you guys say like you have a friend that says, hey, like do you guys, if you're with a friend out and about and they want food and you want to just come in and say, hey, let me get the 4 for 4, and you give it to your friend, like it is what it is. Like we're not going to stop you from doing it. So if you're
Okay.
out and about
Yeah,
and you need
gotcha.
food, you want to give it to people, you can share. Like we're not going to stop you from that. Obviously, if it becomes excessive, we'll just have a little
Yeah, just let us
like,
know.
hey,
We'll
like this has been used like
bring it
30
back.
times, like in the last
Yeah,
2
no,
days.
no, we
like,
can.
what's the deal?
Yeah, no,
yeah,
we
fair
can.
enough. Yeah, please let us know.
We
if
can
that
dial
happens.
that back for sure.
Absolutely.
If you guys are on board, I'm on board. Let me run it by my executive team, and I'll send you an email with the final decisions.
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Perfect.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate you guys coming by.
Yeah, it was
I
a
know,
pleasure meeting.
and,
Absolutely,
things have
yep.
been
Nice
probably
meeting
again, right? I know I met you guys when you guys are PD, I think troopers, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. But yeah, now I'm down to get this set in stone so you could have your 4 for 4 officially on the books.
Jesus.
We love the sound of it. Love the sound of
Sounds
it.
I'm the sound of
Alright,
the
guys.
fire hydrant.
Dude, it's so
Nope.
fucking loud. I don't.
I hate it. I hate everyone in the city.
Yeah, they should never be that loud. Okay.
Oh, here, let me give you guys my number.
Sure. Yeah, please do.
There's my name. It's just Carissa Sweetleaf Cherry, but Carissa motherfucking Sweetleaf Cherry.
Could
is
you
fine,
share it
too.
again?
Yeah.
What?
But yeah, just give me a shout if you guys need anything. I'll give you a shout once I get the final word, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect. Perfect.
Alright.
And I just
Appreciate
joined the
you guys.
emails over there, so
Okay. I'll get you the Weasel roll because we still have a channel for you guys already.
oh, perfect.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming by.
All right. Thank you for your
All
time.
right. See you. Have a good one.
See you soon.
Bye. Okay.
Bye bye.